If you've worked hard for 20, 30, maybe even 40 years, but lately you feel like your experience is harder to explain because there are a lot of experienced professionals right now asking the same quiet question. I know I still have value, but how do I prove it? Maybe you've managed people. Maybe you've led teams. Maybe you've sold, built, fixed, trained, scheduled, delivered, negotiated, operated, or solved problems for years. But now the job market feels different. The workplace is faster. The technology is changing. Companies are getting leaner. And suddenly, I have 25 years of experience does not hit the way it used to. That does not mean your experience is worthless. It means you have to translate it differently. Welcome to Second Role Advisor. This channel is for experienced professionals who are trying to stay relevant, rebuild confidence, and turn years of work into current market value. Because here's the hard truth. Companies are not just asking how long have you been doing this? They are asking, what problem can you solve for me right now? How can you help us move faster? How can you help us make money, save money, reduce risk, train people, improve operations, or deal with change? That is where your real value is. Not just in your years, but in the problems you know how to solve. A lot of people over 45 are being told directly or indirectly that they need to update their skills. And that can feel insulting because you have already put in the time. You have already worked the long days. You have already handled the pressure. You have already earned your experience. But here is the part most people miss. Staying relevant does not mean starting over. It means repositioning what you already know. It means taking your experience and connecting it to what companies need today. For example, instead of saying that I've been in operations for 25 years, you say, I help teams reduce mistakes, improve workflow, and get more done with fewer resources. Instead of saying, I've been in sales for 30 years, you say, I understand customers, I know how to build trust, and I know how to turn conversations into revenue. Instead of saying, I managed people for years, you say, I know how to train, lead, and hold people accountable without losing the team. That is the difference. Experience tells people where you have been. Market value tells people what you can do for them now. And that is what this channel is about. If you are over 45, you do not need to act like you are 25. You do not need to pretend you are brand new. You do not need to apologize for having experience. But you do need to explain your value in a way that fits today's market. Because the people who win in the next stage of their career are not always the youngest. They are the ones who can adapt. They are the ones who can learn. They are the ones who can connect their past experience to today's problems. Maybe you are worried about being pushed out. Maybe you have already been laid off. Maybe you are tired of applying for jobs and never hearing back. Maybe you are thinking about consulting, starting a small business, changing careers, or building a second income. Or maybe you are still employed, but you can feel the ground moving underneath you. If that sounds like you, you are not behind. But you cannot stay still. You need to get clear on 3 things. First, what problems do you solve? Second, who needs those problems solved? Third, what new skills do you need to stay valuable? That may mean learning AI tools. That may mean updating your resume. That may mean changing how you talk about yourself. That may mean building a LinkedIn profile that does not sound outdated. That may mean turning your experience into consulting, training, advising, or a second career path. But the goal is not to become someone else. The goal is to take what you already know and make it useful in the market right now. That is why Second Role Advisor exists. This is not career advice for everyone. This is for people who have worked, built, led, struggled, adapted, and still have more to give. It is for the person saying, I've worked hard for 20 or 30 years, but I don't know how to explain my value anymore. If that is you, then this channel was built for you. In the videos ahead, we are going to talk about how to stay relevant, how to explain your value, how to stop applying for jobs like you are 25, how to think about a second career, and how to use your experience instead of letting the market ignore it. Your experience still matters, but only if you can connect it to what people need now. So here's the question to ask yourself today. What problem do I solve better because of everything I've been through? Start there, because your next role may not come from starting over. It may come from finally explaining your value the right way. This is Second Role Advisor, helping experienced professionals turn years of work into current market value. Subscribe and follow along, because your next chapter is not about being younger. It is about being useful, relevant, and ready.